What's going on, guys? Charging up here in the garage with the R6. For today's video, let's talk about the air filter element. Let's go. Alright guys, so the air filter for the R6 needs to be changed at 37,000 kilometers or 24,000 miles, according to the 2020 R6 server/owner's manual. Always check your bike's intervals to see when it's time to change your air filter. Now, I am in no means whatsoever close to that 37,000 kilometer mark on the R6. I decided to actually do this video for someone that's looking to replace the air filter. Not only maybe because they're at the 37,000 mark, but a lot of people do decide to actually take out the OEM air filter and throw in an aftermarket one. Now, let's get right to it. Step number one, remove the rider seat. All right, step number two, we're gonna have to actually remove the side plastic plates right here from the fuel tank from each side. Let's go ahead and do that now. We're gonna grab our size 4 T-handle Allen key right here. Now, we're gonna go ahead and pull this plastic piece forward towards the rider seat. And so I pulled on it a tiny bit there, and you're gonna feel some resistance. All you're gonna do is literally just pull a little harder, give it a tug, and then it'll come out. You'll actually see that there's a couple of little notches that go into the actual fuel tank body right here. So those are the 3 clips right there. You just gotta actually nudge to pull out to get this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side as well. Okay, step number 3. We're actually going to remove this bolt right over here. It's actually, I believe it's a size 5 Allen key right there. I'm actually just gonna take this bolt out and we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, step number 4. And this is one of the reasons why obviously we moved this plastic piece out of the way, because we need to get at this bolt right over here, which is holding the fuel tank. There's actually one on each side. Now I just want to give you guys a warning. So when you do take this bolt out, there is going to be this washer and this rubber grommet. And I'll show you guys where that goes afterwards. Make sure you don't lose this. Sometimes it's actually nice and flush and stays with the bike. Other times it just falls down and you gotta go searching for it. Make sure you definitely don't lose this guy or the bolt for that matter. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out on the other side as well, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right guys, now that the bolt from this side and the other side is gone from the tank, now you can actually literally just grab it from the front and lift it up a tiny bit. However, don't go up too far. This hose, this guy right here, and this guy right here need to be disconnected from the fuel tank before you can go up a little higher. All right guys, so I'm gonna lift this up here, and what you're basically going to do is you're gonna reach in with your hand. There's a clamp, or you can squeeze with your fingers, and then as you do that, you can actually pull the hose off the fuel tank. And then when you do that on both sides, you can lift it up higher. Then what I usually do is I grab a hammer like so. It's usually the ball peen hammer that I grab because it's got a rubber top, and then I can just put it like so. And now my fuel tank is actually lifted up so I can get at the air box. Alright guys, so this is what I mean about the hose. There's this little tiny clamp right here. You squeeze it and you move it off on the hose like this. You squeeze it, you move it back, and then you pull this off the actual tube from the 2 sides of the fuel tank. Alright guys, step number 6. We are actually now at the air box right over here. And what we're gonna do first is we're gonna unclip this guy right here. So this is coming from the fuel rail. It's actually gonna go into the air box as well. We're gonna pull this orange clip upwards, which is going to give us more access to the yellow pieces. There's one on each side. We're going to push down with my thumb and index finger, and then you can actually pull that all the way out and down like so. As you can see, some fuel will actually leak everywhere. I mean, it is what it is. There's fuel in there. Just a fair warning that it will happen. You know, you might want to put some rags or something around there, and maybe wear some gloves so you don't get any on you as well. All right guys, step number 7. I've gone ahead and cleaned up a little bit of fuel spill. What we're going to do is we're going to remove 11 of these bolts right here that go all the way around the airbox cover, along with this guy as well. This will be the 11th. There's 5 on each side, and this guy will be 11th. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, all 11 have been taken out. They're all the same size, so you don't have to worry about obviously which one goes where. However, for the most part, I just got into the habit of taking them out and actually placing them down exactly how they come out. So as you can see, it's literally just the outline of the airbox. All right, guys, now step number 8. Once we've done that, now it's literally just simply lift up the airbox. As you can see, the air filter element is right there. Now, as we do that, there is a wire be connected on the back of the airbox. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift the airbox up and we're gonna pull it just slightly, and we're gonna let this hang right over here. Now I put a cloth right over here to protect side fairings along with that, but you can actually just, there's enough slack from the wire, you can't just let it hang there. It's not gonna do anything, it's very light, so it's not gonna destroy the wire or anything like that. And now that we've got that, we've got access to our air filter element. Step number 9, As you can see, there's two little hooks on the top, right there and right there. Okay, all you gotta do is pull on the hook. I needed two hands, so I put the camera down for a second. Pull the hook up on both sides, and then as you do that, you can lift it upwards. And then as you lift it upwards, you can just wiggle it out. And there is the air filter element. Looks pretty good, doesn't look that dirty on this side. Go ahead and lift it over, oh, and looks like there is a leaf. Looks like there's a leaf in there. Let's take that guy out. Oh, it's breaking up. But yeah, that is the back side right over here where the air flows in. So just to obviously, if you don't know, the air comes in out of here, and if you can actually see, there is some light now on inside right there, and that's actually coming out over there. The light is actually going in through the ram air section. You can actually see the fuel tank right over there as well. The air flows in through here. This is the filter right over here. It goes in through here. Then we've got the top side. This is the top side, which was here, and then that gets combined right here in the airbox. Everything else looks pretty clean. There's no dirt or anything. I checked the throttle bodies already. Like they're pretty good. They're pretty clean too, so that's nice. To be honest with you, obviously I've got only 7,000 kilometers on my bike right now, so there shouldn't be anything wrong with this whatsoever. Now the only annoying part is that when you do replace these, this entire thing has to be replaced from OEM. This entire thing has to be replaced. You can't just knock it out and put a different filter in there. It's gotta be ordered as one piece. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. But that is the air filter element of the R6. So now obviously you would either be replacing the air filter element with the OEM piece, or you'd be throwing in an aftermarket one, and then you'd be completing the steps in reverse. So now let's go ahead and put things back together the way we took it up. All right, let's put everything back together. Air filter piece go down. Those two clipped on. Now we're gonna grab our airbox cover, place this back on top. As we're doing that, we're just making sure that the wire is back in its place. That's good. As we do that, we're gonna come over here and grab our line that goes to the top of the airbox. We're gonna go ahead and push that up all the way till we hear that click. And then we're gonna push that orange tab that we pulled up down, and that'll lock it in place. Next, we're gonna grab our 11 bolts, put these back where they need to go. All right, the 11 bolts are back on. Next step, we're gonna actually take these two hoses that we took off the fuel tank before, and we're gonna put them right back in their place. Okay, the two hoses are on and the tank is down. One thing I do wanna mention, when you're putting the tank back on, you gotta remember that the black bracket right there has to be on the outside. When you drop the fuel tank down, just move that black bracket with your finger and then just push that fuel tank in there. Now that we've got that bracket lined up with the fuel tank, we're gonna grab our bolt and the little washer and the rubber grommet, and we're gonna go ahead and put that back in its place. All right, now that those two bolts are in on the side of the fuel, we're gonna grab our size 5 Allen bolt right here that goes on top of the fuel tank. We're gonna go ahead and put that back into its place. Next, we're gonna grab our plastic panels, and once again, we got 3 little brackets, 1, 2, 3. There's 2 that go into the actual slots and 1 that gets just clipped on as you're pushing it forward. You want to line them up as you push forward. It moves forward on its own, and then this hole lines up with the hole on the fuel tank. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, guys, hit that like button, smash it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell for future videos with the R6. Woohoo, she's so pretty. Till the next one, guys.